Hey y'all, I hope you guys are doing well today. My name is Moni. If you haven't met me before, if you've been here, welcome back. Glad to see you again. Today we want to talk about the Healthy Glow Sunkissed bronzing powders from Chanel. These are really fun, amazing powders. I want to get into a video where I'm doing my makeup and you'll see me play with other pieces from Chanel past Louis Vuitton collections, as well as this piece. This will be the star, obviously, as I am trying it out for the first time. I'm kind of going back and redoing an intro because I forgot to do it with the other one, but I really did enjoy using this powder. I want to get that off my chest right off the bat. I have tried other luxury powders this year and they just have not done it for me. This one actually got me excited. It's been a long time since I've been excited about a powder and it has encouraged me to write again. It got me out of my funk, I want to say that. So I definitely think this is worth it. Let's get that right off the bat. You can now watch the video if you want, but if you want to know if I think it's worth it right off the bat, yes, I do. I think these are absolutely worth it. I do want to say these are expensive though, and we will dive down into that in the video later. But before we jump into the video, I do want to get into some quick housekeeping things. We have reached 10,000 followers on Instagram. We reached that back in April. We're almost at 11,000 now. And so I am so grateful and thankful to each and every one of you who has joined me over on Instagram. We're having a good old time over there. I am officially now doing the giveaway for my Instagram. I had to kind of get settled down. I was traveling a lot in April and May, but we are doing the giveaway now. So what we are doing is giving away this cute little Dior lipstick case. This is what you guys voted on. It is a cute little denim Dior lipstick case. I felt like denim was like one of the textures of the season, so this would be perfect. This one's mine, but I have one for you as well. All you have to do to enter the Instagram giveaway is to go follow the link down below to the Instagram post that I have, or go to my Instagram and find my giveaway story, and it will take you to the post and follow the directions there. As of this moment, we are 160 subscribers away from our 1,000 subscriber mark, which I'm really excited about. Thank you guys so much for just dealing with just the discontinuity and everything with me, especially on YouTube. It has been very hard going through my cancer treatments and trying to keep up with long form content. But I don't know about you guys, I actually prefer long form content compared to shorter content, but that's just me. But anyway, I just wanted to remind you, we are giving away one of these double faceted mirrors from the Color Codes collection for when we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. It's going to be in the yellow and the pink color. It will be in the Diva pink, and I don't remember the name of the yellow, but like the really spring summery yellow colors from the Color Code collection from Chanel from last year. So we are almost there. We are almost there. I am so excited to see who those gifts will be going to. I have them all wrapped up and packaged up. They have been waiting mainly on me to get my life together, but we are so close. We are almost there. I'm so excited to give it away to you guys. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and wrap in and go to the video. All right, y'all. So this is my little bag from Chanel. I picked this up while I was in New York. It is the Sunkissed powder that they released. I tried to pick it up when I was in Nashville, but I didn't get a chance to go over to the Chanel counter. And then they didn't have it when I was in Vancouver. So it definitely came out around, late March, April timeframe. This is what the packaging looks like. I picked up two. Now, this is part of the Louis Vuitton collection. They dropped the Louis Vuitton collection at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. I did a whole blog post on that. Thank you for shopping that blog post, by the way. That's what paid for these products. But these are expensive products. So these are $95 each. I ended up picking mine up at the Macy's at Herald Square when I was in New York, but this is an expensive product. Now you are getting a lot for Chanel with these products. These are 0.5 ounces, so you're getting a fair amount of product, and it's a powder, so it will last you a lot longer. It's supposed to last you 18 months, could probably last you a lot longer if you want to push it. Powders, in my experience, last a lot longer. So it has the typical Le Beige packaging right here. I got two colors. I got the Mauve Deep, and then what other color did I get? The Deep Rose Gold. So with these, you're gonna slid it all over the place. Okay, with these, you're getting 3 colors that you can use on its own or separately. Okay, so we got our 3 colors right here that we can use for contouring, for giving some more life to our skin. I believe like you might be able to make all of the palettes work on most skin tones, just depending on what it is you are trying to achieve. I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of contouring maybe with this, but I really want to bring some warmth back to my face, because that is what the Le Beige collection is known for, giving that beautiful sun-kissed look, and I want to see if that's going to happen on my skin with these. So I will be putting the ingredients on my website if you want to know more about the ingredients and what I think about that. I try to look over the ingredients real quick online, but they're actually not listed. They say check the back of the product because the ingredients can vary from time to time. So I'm wondering if this is a product that they're going to be keeping out for a lot longer. I know some people were saying it was going to be a limited product, but just because they wouldn't list it on the website saying it can change over time, just kind of made me think that maybe this is a product that's here to stay. So for today's makeup look, I am going to be trying to use all Le Beige products, or all Chanel products for the most part. So here's my little container of products that I'm going to be using. I did prep my face using the Murad, which one is the Hydrating Perfecting Day Cream Broad Spectrum. This has 30 SPF in it. I've been loving Supergoop, and I like Black Girl Sunscreen. Black Girl Sunscreen is like my overall favorite sunscreen right now. Supergoop is really amazing, especially like their foundation. I'll rock that like just on its own on most days, but since I'm using Chanel, I definitely wanted to make sure I had some sort of sun protection, and this was just right there. But this is a really good one too. I'll link it down below. I've been loving it. This is my second bottle, and so yeah, I love this one too. So we are going to start off by applying a primer. This is the Le Beige Healthy Winter Glow Primer, moisturizing and protecting. So this one, I kind of went over this on my blog, but this one has like a little copper pearlescent sheen to it. It doesn't really, like, it doesn't make you look like super glowy or anything like that, right? But it gives you like the right amount of sheen to your face. So next, I'm gonna be using the Water Fresh tint. This came out, I wanna say, a year or 2 ago from Chanel, and this is actually the travel size. I do have a full size, but I like the travel size, mainly because it was easy for me to reach. So I'm just gonna pump a few of this on my face. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, they grow up so fast though. So I'm using a Real Technique blush. I like this one for stippling in my foundation. And I'm just going to stipple this into my skin. I'm not going to be super detailed with what I'm doing with most of my makeup until I get to the Healthy Glow product, because that is what I'm reviewing. But if you guys want to see like a full makeup video, I've tried doing them and they just come out so long. I'm just like, who really wants to see that? But I don't know, maybe you guys do want to see that. So we will see, you know. I'll listen to you guys' responses, probably ask you guys on Instagram, because we chat a lot on Instagram and I love it. So next I'm going in with a concealer. This is just the standard Chanel concealer. I actually don't like this one. I'm using it because I don't want to waste product, so I want to use it up. But I really don't like this concealer. I find that with this concealer, you know, a little bit is the best way to use this concealer. You don't want to use too much, but I don't know, I feel like it creases pretty easily. It's not really the best for like drier skin textures, in like my opinion. Maybe it's just how I'm using it, but I really like it's yeah, I will not be buying this concealer again. Maybe if they change the formula, you know, I'll see how I like it, but I don't really like it. It works, right? It works, but there's so many better concealers on the market. Why would I want to, you know, spend extra money for one that's mediocre? All right, next I'm going to be using the Water Tint Fresh Blush. This is another product that came out like a year or two ago from like their Le Beige line. I do really like the Winter Healthy Glow blushes that they came out with this last winter. I think those are lovely blushes. I can't speak. I've been using them pretty often, but I figured I don't really use this one that much, and that's because I had a hard time learning how to like use this blush. So I've learned I like to pump it on my hand first because it can get very pigmented and spread out all over the place, and kind of stipple it with a brush and then place it on my cheek. Do you see like how pigmented that actually is? And just like a little bit. So I like to work it into my skin this way, and I feel like it looks much more natural and not as overpowering, versus if I just pump this one directly into my skin, it's a hot mess all over the place. I had to go mama real quick, and now I'm gonna attempt to do something with these brows. I'm not sure if it's actually gonna work, but we're going to attempt to do something with these brows. I'm just using like a Chanel pencil. Next, this is the Healthy Glow Le Beige eyeshadow palette in Cool. This shade released for the winter time. This palette released last year in December of 2023. I do like this palette a lot. When I put it on my brush, it's fairly powdery, but it's just so silky smooth on the skin. Like cream's probably not the right word, but it is very, very smooth, very easy to apply, great for drier skin textures, and the pigmentation is just wonderful. One thing that I used to have issues with a lot of the quads that Chanel had was that they were very dry. There wasn't a lot of emollients in it, and it didn't really work that well with my now more mature skin textures. Like even before, it didn't really work that well. And then they're also not that pigmented. So with good color payoff with these shadows, like I love them so much more. It is sometimes impossible to do anything as a mom with young children. Like, so I really want to be more consistent in everything. Like I do, but being a mom is my first job. Being here for my children is my first job. And so, and my kids are all young. My oldest, as I told you guys, is 6. And so most of the time when I'm trying to do anything, most of the time it's like this. Lots of running back and forth to do anything, but you know, c'est la vie, it is what it is. I'm gonna fill this in with this kind of deeper burgundy color, and then pop the lighter shade of pink towards the corner of my eyes. And just kind of a cute, quick eye look. Then we'll really start to have fun with the bronzer product. Okay, my camera cut out like I thought it would, but I just finished the rest of my face. So I used the rest of that Healthy Glow eyeshadow palette on my eyes. I used a Chanel mascara as well, which I really like their mascara. I do think their mascara is worth it. And then I used the Le Nude lipstick, not my favorite. I think it's worth skipping. And then one of their cocoa glosses on top, which I absolutely love. So let's go ahead and look at these beauties right here. I have been wanting to try these for such a long time now, about a month and a half, about 2 months. And the last few makeup releases that I've tried with the bronzers have been so disappointing that I still have not written up about them yet. Very disappointed with the Dior bronzer, very disappointed with the YSL bronzer, and there's, you know, nothing intrinsically wrong with them. They're just not a wow factor to me. Plus, they don't really work well on deeper skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch each of these individually on the back of my palm here. It is hydrated, so hopefully it will show up better. So we got the first one right up here. Swatching the second one. Oh, that is nice, and it's a nice warm color right here. Chanel's making me happy right now. I'm going ahead and swatching this third right up here. So I'm not sure how well you can actually see that on the back of my hand here. The top right here, middle, and then the last kind of orangey pinkish color right there. This is nice. This is nice on my skin. It's nice, it's glowy, it's warm, it shows up, it's pigmented. And so the swatches are making me happy. I forgot to prime this hand, but I'm gonna prime this hand for the deep mauve palette. I like to prime my hands first before I do swatches. I find if I do swatches on dry skin, it doesn't really give me a good idea of what it's actually gonna look like on my face when it's hydrated and it has makeup. And so we're gonna start off with this pinky color up here. Oh, that's such a beautiful rosy color. I'll swatch it down here. I'm gonna get some more so you can see it. Now, okay, is it me or is this not in the, it's not straight. It's not straight in the palette. So some production issues, which seems to be par for the course for Chanel. I love the pearlescent sheen on this mauvey color right here. That pearlescent sheen is beautiful. Okay, the center going in for that darker color right there. Now this is a lot darker than the other one. And again, we're getting kind of a nice, beautiful like sheen. I'm loving that. And it's deep. You can actually see how deep it is on camera. It is coming up. I love that it's deep. Yes, come through, Chanel. Okay, now we're going for this last purpley color. Again, beautiful swatched on the hand. Putting it on to, oh yes, that is such like a beautiful, deep, rosy color right there. So yes, these are so pretty and they show up. I love that. Yes, this is what I was looking for. It is very hard to find a good bronzer with deeper skin tone. And I feel like Gucci was the only bronzer that did like a good luxury bronzer for my skin tone, but there are women of deeper complexions for me. So it's like, what do we use? We want to be in the luxury space, you know? This is actually giving something. Now, with these being the deeper shades, Chanel definitely needs to be giving more. But this is something that I can personally work with, so I'm happy about that. They do need to be giving more though, but this is something that I can use. So I think I want to use the mauve deep because I'm really liking this brown right here and I'm loving how pearlescent things are. So I think what I want to kind of do is I'm going to start off with my broken travel brush. I have it here, so we're going to do that. I want to start off with this center color here and kind of like go, oh yes, with my cheeks right up here. I don't want to overdo it, but I think with the brush it's diffused enough. So I'm just going right, oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, giving some shape back to my face. So I like to go like right here underneath my cheekbone and also underneath my chin and kind of more define my face. Now with a bronzer, you're not really trying to define your face, but I find like I like these areas warmed up anyway too, so it works for me. You really want to kind of consider your face shape when you are thinking about the placement of product as well. Well, oh, that's beautiful. That is looking so nice. And I love the fact that you can see it. Absolutely love that fact. Now again, Chanel can start making some shades that I think are gonna look a little bit better on deeper skin tones too. Like there should be a wider range. But the fact that there are 2 products here in the Sunkissed bronzing line that I can use is a wonderful step forward. I like that. Okay, so I have done my underneath my cheeks and underneath my chin. I think I'm going to go, ooh, do I go with this little warmer color up here or do I go with this color? I think I'm gonna try this color right here. I'm not going anywhere so I can try them both. Oh, that is so beautiful on the, oh, that just brings so much beautiful warmth to my skin. And it feels like it's, you know, almost like it's poking out from underneath my skin, not that it's sitting up on top. Like this is just like a beautiful blood. It does remind me of like the mauvey color that they came out with for the winter. It's very reminiscent of that. So if you're buying it just for this shade, they've got other blushes that, you know, work the same. But that is beautiful. I like that. That is very beautiful on the skin. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty. I like it. Yes. Oh my goodness, because y'all, I was so disappointed. And I'll talk about it too. I'm taking a little bit of the pinky shade, by the way, and I'm just putting it on top. See if I can give myself just a little bit more, like, yes. And these have such a sheen to them as well. Like, it's not like a highlighter, but it's definitely like a glowy little sheen, like you have like a little mist on you, which I think is perfect for the summertime. So I think how these palettes were designed to use that you can use it for like bronzing, you can use it for blush, some people may be able to use it for contouring. This is, let me do it with my finger. Yeah, this one is definitely more of a cooler tone, which is why I think it works so well. So I probably wouldn't bronze with I mean, I did, but I think, you know. Yeah, so this one right here, let me get a clean brush. I got a clean brush. I'm going to try using this shade right here to bronze over my forehead area, which is a mess right now, but it is what it is. So just really picking up the product in there. You can see the product has picked up really well on the brush. Okay, yeah, okay. So that is, okay, coming up across the top of my forehead and going down. Maybe a little bit too light to use as a bronzer for me with this one. Yeah. So the color in the mauvey palette definitely worked. Like getting closer up and getting better lighting, I see it's definitely worked more as a contour for me. It's a bit too cool toned, or sorry, yeah, it's a bit too cool toned to be a bronzer. This brown in this warmer palette here, it kind of works as a bronzer, but it's a little bit too close to my actual skin tone to warm it up the way I would like a bronzer to warm it up. But it looks good. It does look good. So like, you know, we got work to do. We got work to do, Chanel. But, you know, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. It looks good. It's something that I can work with, which is a lot better than what I can say in years past. And so I am happy with these. I am happy with these. All right, so let's talk about my final thoughts. I think these are a nice addition to the Le Beige collection. I think if you're a Chanel makeup collector, a Chanel lover, you will love these palettes. I think there's a total of 5 palettes, and so you have a wide range of colors that you can choose from, you know, to see what will work for you. I am loving this deep mauve palette the most. I think that this works best for my skin tone. I'm loving the sheen that I'm getting from this palette. This just screams summertime effortless makeup to me. Very natural, but just also at the same time like glowy, and that's what I'm looking for in my summertime makeup. And so I definitely think they just hit it out the ballpark with the functionality of it. Again, you're getting 3 colors that you can use in different ways, and so it's a very versatile palette. You're also getting a lot of product at 0.5 ounces, half an ounce, and so this is going to take you a long way. Seeing that it is Chanel, I think it's worth it. I wanted to sit down and look at the ingredients to see how I feel about the ingredients, but overall, price point wise, this makes sense to me. Okay, so now some downsides. It does have a stronger fragrance to it, and it felt like Chanel was moving away from fragrances, which I overall think is a good thing. It's going to be much more compatible with a wider audience. This does have that standard Camilla fragrance to it, so I think most people are going to be fine with it. It's, you know, a minor point, but it does have a fragrance to it, which is, I think, stronger than most other Chanel products, in my opinion. You open this up and you're immediately getting that signature Chanel scent when you open this up. At least with this palette, and this is the deep rose gold. This is too close to my skin to actually be used as a bronzer, and so I can't use it as a bronzer, but I do think it looks very nice on my skin. I used it on the top of my forehead here. Can you guys see that in camera? And I think it worked okay. It brought a little bit of warmth, but honestly, that shade didn't do too much for me. Going back into the Mauve Deep palette, this shade's a little bit too cool to use as a bronzer for me, so I ended up kind of using it more as a contour. I think it worked out nicely either way. Like I said, with bronzers, I do typically do like the same thing to my face as when I contour. Probably shouldn't, but that's how I do my makeup, and so it worked out, right? But it's a bit too cool to actually use as a, you know, bronzer correctly, but I think it still looks quite beautiful. And that's what I keep coming back to with this palette. For the little things that I don't like about it, it's still very beautiful. It's still very usable, and it's working with deeper complexions. Now, will it work with complexions much darker than mine? I don't know, but I have a feeling it's not going to be as versatile, and I would love to see Chanel expand their shade range to work with deeper complexions. And I know they need to, because they've got models who are darker than me, and so like, what makeup are they using? You know, like, what makeup are they using? Because it sure is not yours. Some of the makeup that they have, oh my goodness. But this, I do think, is a step in the right direction. And maybe I'm just, you know, fangirling out because the Dior and the YSL ones, which I think I'm gonna do a video on those too, they were a chop for me. Like, I've been trying to make the Dior one work, and the Dior one has a similar concept to this palette right here, in which it has kind of like these pinky shades mixed in with these bronzy tones, and I love that concept. However, it doesn't really work well on deeper skin, and you know, maybe I need to sit down and play with it even more. I've been playing with it a lot, and I can't really get it to work for me, and so it's nothing that I'm actually recommending. The YSL bronzer, I think, is an overall, you know, a nice formula. The color range, though, is not there for deeper skin, so again, it's just something that I'm not really interested in sharing. But I don't know, this one looks really, really nice, so I'm glad I got a chance to play around with it on camera for the first time. I'm really liking how this looks. I'm like checking myself out in the mirror and checking myself out in the monitor as well. But yeah, another good look for Chanel. Now, like I said, Chanel's had their misses too, and I need to be better about talking about the misses, because Chanel has a lot of misses in beauty as well. but I think this one was actually worth it. Now, there are bronzers out there that aren't going to cost you $100 that are equally as versatile, and I can recommend those as well. But if you are looking for something that's luxe, if you're looking for Chanel and you want to know if this is a good buy, I think this is a good buy. All right, you guys, so I'm going to end my video here because my babies, they need me. We've got to go outside and play. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, noon, night, whatever time it is you guys are watching this. I will have a blog post up about this bronzer as well, and I'll probably sit down and compare the Dior and the YSL bronzer and maybe the Gucci bronzer as well, because I do really like the Gucci bronzer on my skin. So let me know if you're interested in seeing a comparison about those. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. We're gonna have a good day. I hope you guys have a good day as well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.